This drive wheel, as the planter is lowered down, comes into contact with the ground, and as the tractor is moving forward, turns this wheel, turning this chain to the drive shaft at the front, and then this chain is driving the fertilizer distribution, and this chain has been removed for this demo, but that chain will then run the dog clutch here, which runs the seed hopper metering unit. It's important to check the tire pressure, as this can affect the end metering. If the tire pressure is too low, the diameter of the tire can change, and it can change the rate at this end. The same way with very high pressure. And it's very important to also check in the field whether you're getting any wheel slip that can affect the metering. You can see here that the setup we want to use for the specific customer on a 0.5 meter row spacing. The customer requires 68,000 plants per hectare. So from using the chart here in the operator's manual, you can see that the average seed spacing should be 19.4 centimeters between each seed down the row, and to achieve this we need a 19 tooth drive sprocket. The drive sprocket can be seen here, and in order to change it, you just remove the chain tension for the drive chain, remove this pin, and you can change the sprocket to either a larger or smaller sprocket to change the seed rate driven by this. Once it's changed, replace the pin and it's ready. Here you can see the seed hopper. Using this lever, you pull the lever forwards to release the hopper and stand it up so that we can access the underneath where we will install the seed plates. To remove it completely off the planter, just push it forward and it comes out. Here we can see this is our maize seed plate, corn seed plate, with 14.5 millimeter holes in the plate. This is a correct backing ring, and the two have to obviously match together, and the holes in the plate here can vary with other options depending on the size or the shape of the seed. Large seed, you need a larger hole. Small seed, and this you have to check in the field to be sure that you don't get doubles or that the seeds can't accurately fit inside of the plate. So that's the two match together and they'd be installed in the hopper. Then this device here, on here is a knockout wheel. As the seed plates are running, these small protrusions here knock through the holes to ensure that if any seed gets stuck, it will knock it through and it goes down the seed tube into the ground. And on this side, the spring-loaded teeth here make sure that not too much seed comes inside and blocks up the metering unit. This plate, slightly different to the corn or maize plate, is a double row sorghum or small crop plate with its matching backing ring, to be sure that obviously the holes of the seed hole size is small enough that you don't get double or triple seeds when you don't want triples. And on the same, you must change the seed metering and the knockout wheel, and here you can see there's a double tooth that matches with the disc, the seed disc. And then here again you can see a single row 52 hole disc. Could also be used for sorghum with the correct backing plate, and the same knockout wheel assembly which has a single row that that lines up with the holes in that seed plate. And also on the side you can see this small lever which adjusts the height position of these to be sure, depending on the size of the seed, that you don't get too much seed through. Here we can see the bottom of the seed hopper. Turn it upside down. To remove the seed plates, you undo the latch, open this cover, and you can see the maize disc with its backing ring together and the knockout wheel assembly fitted in place. Remove this bolt to change it to one of the options for one of the smaller seed size discs. We'll just put this back in, making sure that the teeth of the knockout wheel align, and check that the seed plate can actually turn freely inside. It shouldn't be so tight. If it's excessively tight, it's going to wear the seed plate and the backing ring. So we've changed the seed plate, fitted the correct seed plate for the crop type we want, reinstalling it, align the bolt at the back into the teeth, check that the teeth on the drive gear align correctly with the seed plate, and that the hole in the seed plate and the seed tube are aligned, and that there's no blockages that can stop the seed dropping down. And then at the same, turning this latch forward, return that and lock it back on that way. So you can see the hole in the bottom of the seed plate. The seed will drop through here and into the seed tube, which should be checked that it's clear and not blocked. And further down you can see the seed tube, which drops the seed all the way into the bottom of the furrow down here. So, and it's important to check that no dirt build-up is actually blocking the seed from exiting at the bottom into the furrow or the seed trench. In the same way with the ground drive wheel, the same shaft that runs the seed metering unit through this chain runs the fertilizer system as well. So the spring tensioner, we can just remove the chain for now off the hopper for this example here. So this is the driven sprocket, and this is the driving sprocket. This is the driven sprocket, and as the wheel rotates the same way, this sprocket is being turned and driving the augers inside, which we'll look at in a moment. So the same way with the seed, depending on the customer's requirements for the number of kilograms per hectare fertilizer applied, we can select on a 0.75 meter row spacing. Should the customer require 290 kilos per hectare of fertilizer, it'll give us an 18-2 sprocket, which we would change on this sprocket here. As the drive shaft turning this sprocket, you can see inside the hopper that the fertilizer auger is also turning, which is feeding fertilizer inside the housing and down the tube into the ground. Okay. Depending on the rate of fertilizer application required by the customer, as we discussed before, the sprocket size can be changed here to vary the rate. In addition to that, it's possible inside the hopper to replace this auger and this auger with a different speed of auger that varies the rate of fertilizer application. So from inside of the hopper, the auger feeds it into the housing here, and it then drops down this tube onto the side of the fertilizer opener, and the fertilizer then gets into the row. You can see here, because the planter is a little bit higher up, it's not yet aligning, but once the planter is in work position, the fertilizer will be dropped onto the side of the fluted disc.